North Carolina getting here because remember how we said, putting all them schools in that UNC system was going to backfire and this shit was going to be some bullshit? Mm-hmm. And remember how we talked about last year that they were putting legislation together and they were absolutely instituting it in certain states that they would be able to decide how many schools would be able to receive federal funding and all the things, and then they would decide whether or not certain colleges would not be able to operate because they were going to make sure that they didn't receive federal funding or enough federal funding, start fucking around with their budgets. Yeah, well, the UNC system adjusted their funding based on enrollment, and of course, guess what were the impacted schools? None other than Winston-Salem State and North Carolina A&T. Now, the University of North Carolina Board of Governors approved an additional $46 million in state funding to divide amongst the colleges for the upcoming school year. Now, in this situation, because of enrollment, North Carolina A&T will see a reduction of 780,000, while Winston-Salem State loses 480,000. Now, again, this is because of their decrease in in-state student credit hours over the past year. Now, funny they were able to pass this, but they couldn't get their budget together to do all the other things. But that's neither here nor there, I guess. Do as I say, but not as I do. Um, Now, while there's a decrease on in-state credit hours, they're like, oh, we can kind of make up for it with our out-of-state credit hours, which Winston-Salem State is using to offset their financial woes. But this was all based on the Big C funding that they got, and that has now since expired. And this was helping students, pay for school and classes and things during the summer months, and of course, building up enrollment during those times. Y'all, if you don't think that there's an attack on HBCUs, think again. Look at what's going on with Marva over there on that board, and now she done got somebody else over there to help her. Look at what happened to St. Aug. And there was another little school last year that had a bunch of black athletes that, they went ahead and dissolved. Yeah. Look at what's going on at Howard. Now, a lot of their issues are internal. However, they ain't going to be too far from this. Higher education is already high as hell, and you got to damn sell a family member to damn near pay for this shit, or go pluck a unicorn eyelash and find an angel wing that has descended from the heavens while finding, the Lucky Charm gold at the end of the rainbow to pay for this college. And now here's another hurdle that's getting ready to really impact colleges because they are going to have to raise fees and tuition eventually, because again, the budget that they were waiting on that they could not solve was a biennial budget. So we'll see how this impacts these schools over the next couple of years. Start seeing more HBCUs take a missing or start having financial issues. It's not uncommon, y'all, but here we go.
Like and subscribe to Mom's channel.